Ladies and gentlemen, we take great pleasure in presenting in dramatic form another of the stories especially selected for us by Edwin Balmer, the distinguished editor of Redbook magazine. We are pleased to announce that the publishers of Redbook magazine have given us special permission to broadcast these stories. We are going to ask Mr. Balmer to tell you his reasons for selecting Vincent Sheehan's story, A Pass to Peking. Mr. Balmer.
Thank you, Mr. Clemenger. Vincent Sheehan, the author of A Pass to Peking, is one of the new writers who is making a reputation in the magazines. He has most fascinating and unusual material. He has spent several years in China, and he recently returned with an account of some experiences so amusing and extraordinary that I asked him to put some of the incidents into a short story. A Pass to Peking takes place behind the lines of that amazing war in Manchuria, which is always being fought but is never declared. Let Mr. Sheehan take you behind the scenes of that strange struggle.
Thank you, Mr. Balmer. Now for the story. The scene is Mukden in Manchuria, so lately a battleground for the mysterious and quarrelsome Orientals. At the moment the story opens, the Japanese have just captured the city and put it under martial law. In the lounge of the Mukden Hotel, we find Miss Mary Wapples saying goodbye to the Winterbottoms, who are leaving for Peking.
Miss Wapples, it's really not safe for you to remain here alone.
Dr. Winterbottom and I have lived in China for over 15 years, Miss Wapples, and we know conditions here.
Sightseeing in a war-torn Chinese city is not the same as teaching school in Witherington, Massachusetts, Miss Wapples.
Well, I know. Oh, but I've been wanting to do something thrilling for years. I wouldn't stay, of course, unless I knew it was safe.
You will have absolutely no one to fall back on when Mrs. Winterbottom and I have gone.
Miss Wapples, Dr. Winterbottom feels that it is bounden duty to warn you that you are making a mistake.
I can, of course, do no more than tell you.
Well, I probably will only stay one more day.
There's no knowing what might happen at any instant.
Only yesterday they were fighting just north of here.
But the Japanese put the Chinese to rout, didn't they? That should end it, shouldn't it?
They put them to rout, yes. But they let the General Kutamu, the Manchurian warlord, slip through their fingers.
He may form another Chinese army.
See that poster over there in Chinese?
Yes.
That's an offer of $5,000 for the capture, dead or alive, of the General.
The Japanese believe he is hiding in this very city itself.
Well, I'm not going down to take charge of that school in Peking until I've seen something of the country. Well, of this city, anyway.
Well, have your own way, Miss Wapples, but I must say you've not chosen the wisest course.
It is time for us to leave for the station, Ulysses. Dr. Winterbottom and I always go with an hour to spare, Miss Wapples. We are never late for our train.
Yes, we must say goodbye, Miss Wapples. There's still time for you to change your mind and follow us, you know.
No, I think I'll stay. Goodbye, Dr. Winterbottom.
Goodbye.
I hope we'll see you again, dear.
Better consider again, Miss Wapples. Goodbye.
Goodbye. Boy, tell the desk clerk I want to see him.
Oh, I'm right here, Miss Wapples. Did you want me?
Well, yes, Mr. Ferris. I want to know the truth. Do you think it's safe for a single lady here in Mukden? Reasonably safe, I mean.
Oh, reasonably safe, yes, here in the foreign quarter.
But if the Chinese started an attack, they'd fight for this section.
Yes, of course. The Chinese aren't in condition to counterattack now.
I believe you're telling me that just so I'll stay here in this hotel. And your hotel will get the money for my room and meals.
Miss Wapples, I assure you that is
No,
the idea.
you needn't say a word. I'm nervous. In fact, I'm highly nervous now that I know the truth.
But, Miss Wapples, there's no reason for you to
I'm
be
going to
upset.
leave at once. I'm going to catch that today's train to Peking. Send the boy up for my bags, will you? Hurry, please. Hurry.
The great Manchurian general, Kutamu, stood outside of the Mukden Hotel in the humiliating disguise of a rickshaw man. He knew that sooner or later he would be recognized by some Japanese soldier and executed. What chance was there to escape? Even to get to the railway station, it would be necessary to penetrate a cordon of Japanese machine guns and bayonets. And even if he got there, he had no money to buy a railway ticket. The fallen general was engaged in these melancholy thoughts as Miss Mary Wapples came out of the hotel with her baggage and called for a rickshaw. The coolies stampeded immediately, for fares were scarce, foreign lady fares especially. Kutamu was among the first at the hotel steps. He shouted,
Me speak English very good, missy. Runny chop chop, number one lecture boy.
One Kutan station, boy. Chop chop. Baggage go truck. I go rickshaw.
Very good, missy.
And so General Ku Tamu got the job. He sprinted away thinking about the possibility of using the heaven-sent Miss Waffles in his own affairs. They were deep in the Chinese section, through which they had to pass to reach the station when Ku suddenly stopped.
Hey, what's the matter with you? Are you ill?
Hot sicky, very sicky, missy.
Oh, you poor thing. Well, you shouldn't be a rickshaw man if you have heart trouble.
Oh, missy, inside me all right.
You're all right inside. Well, then what's wrong?
So sicky, missy, this fashion. Me worry my wife.
Oh.
She my 3-piece baby, all 4-piece belong Peking.
Oh, dear.
Me here no can do go Peking. They no E.T. all okay, sure die.
Well, why can't you go to Peking to take care of your wife and children? Oh, why no can do go Peking?
Japanese no let it go. Missy catch you one go Peking.
You mean you want me to take you to Peking? No can do. How?
Maybe catch you 1-piece that box. One sleep all same that man, maybe father.
I don't understand. You want to go Peking? 1-piece coffin? Oh, dear, what a language. 1-piece dead man?
Missy catchy father. Suppose father die. Suppose catchy 1-piece that box go Peking. One all same father. Missy Savi?
Oh, no, Sabi. Father no dead man. Belong America.
Suppose father die China. Catchy?
Oh, now I understand. You mean you want me to buy a coffin and put you in it and pretend that you're my father's body and that I'm taking it to Peking. Well, good heavens.
Catchy that box, all okay, go Peking inside.
Oh, I couldn't do a thing like that.
1-piece wife died Peking.
I think I'm probably insane, but I'm going to try it. All right, I'll try it, Wang. Oh, let's see, it's pidgin English. Come along, boy. Chop, chop. Buy dead box. Here, 100 yen, Japanese money.
Chop, chop, missy. Died that box.
It wasn't long before Miss Waffles was once more moving toward the Huang Kutan station, this time pulled by a new rickshaw boy. General Ku Tamu, lying in a varnished wooden coffin, was borne on the shoulders of 2 other coolies. The undertaker had ornamented the end of the box with some carefully painted hieroglyphics intended to deceive the Japanese. The little cortege reached the station safely, and Miss Waffles bought her ticket. Now was to come the moment when the coffin would have to pass through to the train. The Japanese officer who appeared to be in charge of the station approached her and said in perfect English,
"You are going to Peking, madame?"
Yes, sir. I'm taking with me this coffin with the remains of my late father who died on the way.
Is that so?
I've taken a whole compartment so as to be alone with the remains.
I regret the death of your honored parent, but unfortunately I must inspect. I beg your pardon, madame. I had not seen the official stamp on the coffin. You may pass.
Oh, thank you.
I hope
Here, boy.
that you'll have a safe journey to Peking.
Thank you. Boy, on train with dead box. Chop, chop. Boy, that's my compartment in there. No, in there.
Well, here's Miss Waffles. Mother, here's Miss Waffles.
Dr. Winterbottom.
Miss Waffles.
Didn't I tell you we'd see Miss Waffles on the train?
Oh, boy, put that dead box down on the seat. That's it. I'm so glad to see you, Dr. Winterbottom. Here, money, boy.
I'm so glad you decided to come, Miss Waffles.
Mercy, my dear Miss Waffles, is that a Chinese coffin?
Precisely. Yes, it's a Chinese coffin. I'll tell you all about it afterwards.
What did I tell you, Mother? Miss Waffles has already gotten the collecting mania. And look what she's begun with, coffins.
A coffin? What a strange thing to collect.
I should find it very depressing.
I never heard of anyone collecting coffins.
Oh, please, Dr. Winterbottom, let's not talk about it now. I'll tell you later in the evening. Well, the train hasn't even started yet.
I don't see what that has to do with it.
Oh, please. Oh, dear, there's a Japanese soldier coming down the aisle.
But I don't see how...
Oh, dear, I must rest. I must go to my compartment now.
Have supper with us this evening.
Oh, yes, I will. I will.
My, what a strange girl.
The reflections of Miss Waffles during the hours before dinner were not of a cheerful nature, and her continual nervous opening and closing of the curtain on the corridor would have aroused the curiosity of the most indifferent passenger. It's not surprising, therefore, that before nightfall the whole train knew about the foreign lady and the remains of her honored parent. Nevertheless, Miss Wapples marched firmly enough just before dinner time into the compartment occupied by the Winterbottoms.
I've come to tell you about that coffin. It's a man. Well, that is, there's a man in it.
What?
I knew there was something.
Let me handle this, Mother. We understand, Miss Wapples, that you have given out that you're traveling with the corpse of your father. Is that correct?
Yes. Yes, it is.
May I ask why?
Because that is because a rickshaw coolie whose wife and children have escaped to Peking wanted to join them there.
A rickshaw coolie?
Oh, Ulysses.
It was the only way to get him through the Japanese lines.
You are going to Peking to become the head of a girls' school, Miss Wapples.
Yes.
Do you intend to arrive there in the company of a rickshaw coolie?
Do you mean to spend the night in that compartment?
Well, I can't see why the night is any worse than the day, Mrs. Winterbottom.
My dear Miss Wapples.
I intend to get that man through to Peking if I can. After all, it's only common humanity.
I think we are better judges than you of that, Miss Wapples.
Our little daughter will not be enrolled in your school after this, Miss Wapples.
I warn you that when this gets known in Peking, it will be very bad for you. See, out of the window. Yes, Chinese bandits.
Oh, they do dreadful things.
If we'd only gone by way of Tianjin.
Oh, well, what will they do to it?
Hold us for ransom, I imagine.
They kill prisoners if they don't get money.
What's he say?
We're his prisoners to follow him quietly. No use making a fuss.
Oh, what will they do with that poor coolie in the coffin?
You worry about what's going to happen to us, Miss Wapples. Never mind the coolie. Faster.
我要那个女的，赶快把她给我，剩下都是你们的。
拉去吧，拉去吧。
来，姑娘，来。
They're going to separate us.
Will you stop that?
Oh, better not resist,
Why,
Miss
you
Wapples.
beast.
Better not resist.
Why, what are you doing to me? How dare you take her
赶
on
快
like
把那个
that?
女的放掉。
这毒贩，
Wait,
他是您的。
it's Wang, my coolie.
The soldier will molest you no more, miss.
Oh, thank you for chasing that awful bandit away. Oh, you can't understand that, can you? Well, let's see. Missy, very pleased.
I understand perfectly, miss. I graduated from Cornell.
Coolie graduated from...
I'm General Kutamung. I was merely disguised as a coolie so as to escape from Mukden.
You're General Kutamu.
At your service, gracious lady. And now I shall return your kindness to me. You are safe and all of your friends. You may continue your journey at your own convenience.
Well, I can't believe it.
Anything, dear lady, can happen in China. And now may I make you a present?
Why, yes, if you really want to.
Like all Americans, you will sooner or later make a collection of the antiques and curios of my country.
Why, I suppose I shall.
Then may I start with a coolie hat. One which was worn by a Chinese general one time when he was assisted by an American girl with a kind heart.
Oh, thank you so much for it.
It'll make a better keepsake than a coffin, perhaps.
This story, A Pass to Peking, by Vincent Sheehan, was broadcast by special permission of the publishers of Redbook magazine. We take pleasure in announcing that next week at this same time, we will present in dramatic form another story from Redbook.